Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome to my channel if you're new. I'd like to thank everyone for viewing, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please don't forget the thumbs up on your way out if you like the reading, as it really does help my channel, but it also helps all the others that need to see the messages within these moon readings, okay? So thank you. I want to remind everyone it is still a general reading. It's going to resonate completely for some of you, but not all of you. So those of you that it doesn't completely resonate for, take what does resonate. Those bits and pieces are yours. Leave the rest behind, okay? Now I want to remind you that the moon readings, you should be using your rising sign for the moon reading. Now, the only way to get that is to have a birth chart done. You can have that done free of charge at, well, there is a link down below, okay, in my description box. It's either Astrology Cafe or Cafe Astrology. I can never remember the way it goes, but the link is down below. You're going to need your birth time to get your rising sign, okay? So if you don't have that, then go with your sun sign for the moon reading. Not your moon sign, your sun sign, okay? Also, this new moon is in Cancer. It's on July 9th, and depending on where you're living, July 10th. I had to pause the camera for a minute because I just realized I hadn't plugged my mic in yet. So I will adjust the volume. Hopefully it is legible for you once I get it adjusted. Anyways, like I was saying, July 10th, July 9th, depending on where you're living, okay? Now, after last month's slightly weird new moon eclipse in Gemini, you're going to be very pleased to hear that this new moon in Cancer is going to be a bit more rational and orderly. For one thing, this time around, the new moon is making a harmonious link to the planet Neptune, which is the planet of dreams and soulmates. So this is definitely a gift from the heavens, for sure. And if you want to really tap into this lunation, meditate your way through it, okay? Now, Cancer may have a bit of a reputation for being a little bit moody or crabby, but it is also the sign of the home and the family. And, right, there can be crabbiness and moodiness in our homes. So we're going to cut you some slack. So if you have intentions that you want to send out to the universe about your home and or your family life, this is the new moon to make your wishes and commitments, okay? Also know that the first alignment after the new moon is a rather beautiful one between Venus and Mars. And so what that means is if there are strained relationships between you and a member of the opposite sex, now is the time to put a smoother relationship with an ex on your wish list, okay? And remember that at least half the reason why new moon wishes work is because they're about intention setting. So try to avoid the habit of just simply jotting down your wishes and thinking that's enough to make them come true. Instead, take your number one new moon wish for the month and turn it into an affirmation. In other words, write it down as if it's already real. Then feel it as real as you say it out loud with gusto and passion. That's how you make your wishes come true. So I am going to get into the Moonology cards now for this new moon, and we'll see where we stand with those. Okay, here are the Moonology cards for this new moon. And obviously this one, new moon. New moons are always about new beginnings, new starts. If you're wanting to start a new business or a new project, anything you're wanting to start that's new, you want to do it 3 to 4 days after a new moon. So the other one we have here is the new moon in Cancer. So you and your loved ones are safe. That's always good to know. Okay, so we're going to put these, I think, just right over there. So now I'm going to head into doing the actual spread, the reading. Okay, Virgo, this new moon in Cancer on July 9th is in your 11th house. And that relates to friends as well as things that you're wishing for. So having the new moon here is very auspicious for two reasons. Firstly, it means that over the next 4 weeks, you're going to be in a cycle when you can meet new people. So be open to having new friends in your life. Secondly, it's a hugely important time for manifesting. So whatever it is that you've been wanting, wishing for, dreaming of, trying to manifest, now, the next 4 weeks, this is the time. Put out your intentions, meditate through this, okay? Because that's how you bring things to fruition. Okay, so now we're going to pull some Queen of the Moon Oracle cards for you. Okay, your first card. Nice. Card 26. It breaks down to an 8. 8s are all about abundance. And this is the Waning Crescent 3, Surrender. It's exactly what it says. It's all about surrendering. Surrendering to the process, letting go, letting God, going with the flow. Now you have the Hunter Moon, card 38, breaks down to 11. This is a soul path number. You are surrendering and getting on. Well, I'm not going to say anything yet. I'm going to wait till we get them all in order. But this is all about abundance. Again, this breaks down to 8, which is about abundance. This card, the Hunter Moon, is about abundance. And it's card 38, which breaks down to 11, which is your soul's path. Card 13. Lucky 13. Number 13, if you're not aware, is also a twin flame number, by the way. I didn't know that either. My guides told me. It breaks down to a 4, okay, which is all about stability and being solid and stable, grounded. Waxing gibbous 4, no less. So you have 2 4s here. This is all about will. Free will. I can't wait to do your reading, Virgo. 37 breaks down to a 10, which is all about endings, cycles, coming to completion and ending. And then it breaks down to a 1, which is about the new beginning. Because there are no endings, right? There's only new beginnings. Harvest Moon, fruition. I feel like you have some things about to manifest in your life, Virgo. We're going to get more cards on that to find out what the timing is telling us here, what is happening in this timing. But I'm also going to give you the timing of these cards here. Okay, so the Surrender card. Waning Crescent 3, that is August 3rd, okay? The Hunter Moon, the Abundance card, the Hunter Moon is October 20th. So that definitely goes after that one. The Waxing Gibbous 4, the Will card, that's July 21st. Okay, so that's the first card up, July 21st. And then we have August 3rd, August 20th, and the Harvest Moon, the Fruition card. This is September 20th. That's interesting. That's interesting. So you have a 20 and a 20, and they're right next to each other, so that's a 22. If you've been seeing 22 a lot lately, that's probably got some pertinent meaning for you, Virgo. So, okay, so you have the Will card first, right? Then you have the surrender card, fruition, and abundance. So, with the will card, this is July 21st. I'm not going to go on that. Let's get the cards. Let's get the cards. We're going to get some holographic light seer cards on these, so we know exactly what's coming in and what's taking place, and then we will also have the timing, right? Okay, that's too many cards. And I want to show you something. Look at what's at the bottom where it's split. The Lover's card. That's my twin flame card, Virgo. Because it represents Gemini. And Gemini is the twins in the zodiac. Okay. First card out. Ooh, nice. The High Priestess. She is a beer, by the way. This is all about feminine energy. It's about being, not doing. And this sits on the will and the surrender card. So I feel like some of you are wanting to, what's the word? Force isn't the right word, and I can't translate it properly for you, but it feels like you're wanting to use your free will at this point in time and go in a specific direction. Spirit is asking you to surrender, to just be in the receiving mode, because you've got messages and guidance and all kinds of things trying to make their way to you. So in order to receive, you have to be in the receiving mode. And the receiving mode is the being mode, not the doing. The doer chases. The beer receives, just sits back and allows things to happen, right? And when you surrender, you will have manifestation. And then you've got the Ace of Swords. I love this card for you. This is all about that, what we just talked about, the messages, the guidance, the clarity coming in. Look at that light shining to the top of her head, her crown chakra. I always see this as the High Priestess, you know? I don't know why, but maybe it's the light that comes down in onto the top of her head. She just looks so, what's the word? Spiritual, knowledgeable, like she has clarity. And she does, because that's what that's all about. It's also about new beginnings in truth and knowledge and wisdom. Now that is on top of the surrender and the fruition card, okay? So again, the surrender and the fruition card, we're talking August 3rd and September 20th. So somewhere between August 3rd and September 20th, you're going to have so much clarity. So much clarity. And this here, this is July 21st to August 3rd. You're being asked, because you've got downloads taking place, right? You're being upgraded, up-leveled, whatever you want to call it. So when that takes place, we're always asked to just take a step back from our free will and surrender to the process and just allow, you know, in other words, be in the receiving mode again, right? I'm repeating myself, yes. Queen of Cups, nice. She is all about love and intuition. She has self-love. She has love of people, the planet, the animals, everything on the planet. She comes at everything from a place of love. And that's where you need to be. And intuition. Now this sits on top of the fruition card and the abundance. This is going to get you there. Now this is between September 20th and October 20th. You're going to have, I feel like what's going to happen here for you, Virgo, is you're going to have major upgrades here. and it's going to give you the clarity, that knowing. You know, when you say something and people say, well, how do you know that? And you say, I don't know, I just do. That's what's coming here. And it's that knowing, that knowledge, that spiritual wisdom that's going to bring you the fruition of your manifestations and abundance. Wow. Okay, now we're going to get Gaia Oracle cards. So just remember, it's pertinent that between July 21st and August 3rd, you let go of your free will and go with the flow. Get into the receiving mode, because that's what's going to bring your manifestations in. Right? Okay. Okay, I don't remember if I told you this or not. All my decks are listed below. Okay, so if you click on the title of this video, my description box will drop down, and that's where you'll see the listing of the decks that I use, as well as the extended link, the link to my website that takes you to the extendeds. Okay, that's down there also. Okay, so your first card from the Gaia Oracle deck is card 32, which breaks down to a 5. Again, it's about change, purification of your emotions, emotional cleansing and rejuvenation. Now this sits on top the High Priestess and the Ace of Swords. This is all about clarity. It's about removing the old way of thinking and believing and feeling and gaining knowledge, newness. This is the Ace of Swords. So this is all about thought. It's about a way you think about things. The High Priestess is about feeling, because that's intuition. You've also got intuition over here. So this Ace of Swords is flanked by 2 intuition type cards. So in this, going through this phase here, you're going to go from intuition to intellect to intuition. Okay? And this is emotion. And this is on High Priestess and Ace of Swords. This is the melding of the two. It's bringing the intellect together with the intuition. Wow, Virgo, you guys are climbing so high. 43 breaks down to a 7. This is a divine number, divine intervention, divine guidance, divine timing, intuitive communication, silent whispers of the heart. This is your inner guidance system speaking to you. This is on top of the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Again, it's telling me the same thing. It's that melding of the intellect and the intuition. And that is what's going to move you through. It feels like a cakewalk, Virgo. I got to tell you, if you guys have had any strife, any struggling, any darkness up to this point, this is a cakewalk. This is going to be a cakewalk. You've got this. I know that already. You've got this. Piece of cake. There is going to be no struggle with getting to your fruition of abundance. None. Because you guys are there. You just have to. I know this is going to be the hardest part for you, because I'm a Virgo too, remember? Letting go of control and surrendering. That's going to be the biggest and hardest part for a lot of you. It is for me. I controlled everything in my life until I started to ascend. That was one of the hardest lessons for me to learn, is to just let go. But you know what? Surrendering, letting go, that brings such peace to your life. Stress-free, anxiety-free, because you're not trying to steer your boat anymore. You know, I've been using this Island Time Wellness deck for well over a year. I have never had this card. I like you. Someone likes you, Virgo. Romance is blooming. Fun flirting. Want to date. Wow. Looks like some of you, your abundance is going to be in love, in romance. Ooh, I like. Okay, what are we getting now? Yes, okay, Synchronicity Oracle card. See the bigger picture. You know, somebody commented on one of my last videos, and they asked, I don't remember if it was a Virgo now or not, but they asked, how do I see the bigger picture? What this represents is, instead of focusing on, and I either heard this or read this morning, and this is perfect. Instead of focusing on the little anthill in front of you, focus on the mountain miles down the road. That's the bigger picture. You know when people say, is this going to matter a year from now? If not, move past it. That's the bigger picture. Don't sweat the small stuff. 12-12. So when I created this deck, I had been seeing a bunch of numbers quite frequently, and this was one of them. I wanted to know what they meant. So I asked my guides, and this is what they gave me. And about half this deck is numbered, because that's how many numbers I was seeing. So when you see 12-12, that's what it represents for you now. See the bigger picture. Don't sweat the small stuff, okay? You're moving into much, much bigger realms here, Virgo. You guys are at a point where you don't need to worry about the small stuff anymore. There is so little small stuff in your life that, you know, you're going to miss out on some pretty big stuff if you keep focusing on the small stuff. Because you have climbed that high. Okay. Just ask Oracle. Yep. Stay positive. That's good advice, no matter what. Stay positive. That continues to bring the good things to you in your life. Sometimes that's easier said than done. I do get that. I just went through a period of that. But you know what? Even if you can stay close to being positive rather than being full-on negative, you will be rewarded by the universe. Okay, now we're going to get a Heal Yourself card. Inner Child. Card number 16 breaks down to a 7. Again, divine. Spirit wants you to bring that inner child out. Have some fun. That's all that represents. Fun. Let go. Look at the bigger picture. Why are we here? We're not here to be sad or unhappy or negative. We're here to explore. Have fun. Laugh. Do the things that we love to do, not do the things we have to do, right? And we're going to get another card for you, Virgo, just because you're Virgo. Now, if the lady that commented the last time I spoiled Virgo, who went up one side of me and down the other in the comments, telling me that she knows I'm after her husband by spoiling Virgos. Well, forget it. You can't have my husband, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not after anybody's husband. I'm not after anybody's man. I am spoiling my Virgos, period. And that's a ridiculous comment anyways. Jeez. Okay. So this is Whispers of Love. Ah, card number 6. The love number. Be willing to express love to receive love. Virgo, if you're anything like me, I have always had a really hard time showing my love. I can express it verbally, but to show it, I think this is talking about, well, this could be talking about verbalizing it, expressing. But for me, an expression of love is showing. And actions always speak so much louder than words, right? But for those of you that don't express your love, Spirit is asking you to please express it one way or another, verbally or physically, however it works for you. We're getting another card. What are we getting now? Oh, okay, we haven't had one of these in quite a while. You are getting a Wisdom of the Oracle card, Virgo. Ooh, that just flipped right out of my hand. You have an unfinished symphony, unfinished business, Virgo. It's a 10, so something is coming to an end so that something new can begin. You're needing to bring something to an end so you can have that new beginning. I am going to read this from the book for you. So, there you go. Shh. Oops. Okay. Essential meanings are unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, lack of closure, the need to make amends. So, I'm going to read both the Oracle's message and the relationship message, just because you do have stuff here about I like you, somebody likes you, you know, be willing to express love. The Oracle's message is this. This is a time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or project and mastery of a lesson or skill. Didn't you have a 9 up here? No, you didn't. Okay. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur. And that is, what was that card? You've got the purification of your emotions. And so, like I said, that is all about tying up loose ends. Things need to come to a close so that you can have that new beginning. I forget where that was here. Maybe it was a different reading. Anyways, take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you are leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. Okay, so the relationship message is this. Moving on is difficult when love lingers. Things are left unsaid, and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. You can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are, make amends if need be, and declare your feelings, even if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. So you are holding on to someone or something from the past, Virgo. And that's why that new person hasn't come in yet. And they won't be until you can close that out, whatever it is. Let's find out what you need to close out. Do that in the extended. We'll ask your guides and spirit what exactly it is that you need to close out and what help you're getting to do so. Those of you that are going over, the link is down below. Like I said, click on the title of this video to drop down the description box. The link to the extendeds on my website is there. So are the decks listed. Those of you going over, I will see you over there. Those of you that are not, I love you guys, and I will see you next time.